Right, this is third grade, Module 5, Lesson 5, and in this lesson we're going to continue talking about partitioning wholes into equal parts, and we're going to be talking about, well, making sure that a fraction is defined by things that are cut into equal parts, right? It's important that we talk about equal parts, and we're going to continue talking about unit fractions. So first, let's do a little bit of review, and we got right here a fraction. Of course, it's our same fraction that I've been using all along, so 3/5. Now this 5 is the denominator, and what does the denominator tell us? Okay, so teachers, your job is to kind of review this on a regular basis to make sure that the students are really understanding what a fraction means. A lot of times they just see this as two numbers, one on top of a line and one on top of the bottom, on the bottom of a line. They don't see this as a number. And ultimately, we want them to see this as a number, not two numbers. And so we're always going to be reviewing what this fraction means. So what does the 5 mean? It's the number of equal parts the whole has been cut into. And what does that top number, in this case the 3, what does that 3 mean? It's the number of equal parts being highlighted or shaded or eaten or what's left over. Okay, so that's our review. Let's get going. So here we're being asked to identify the total number of equal parts, the total number of equal parts that have been shaded, and then the unit form and the fraction. Okay, so what does that mean? Because a lot of this language is stuff we've never heard of. First off, total number of equal parts, 2. Total number of equal parts shaded, 1. Now what's the unit form? The unit form is halves, as in halves, and then the fraction is 1/2. Let's do another one. Let's see. Let's do this next one here. So how many equal parts? Well, it's 3. How many parts are shaded? The total number of equal parts that have been shaded, and the answer is 1. So our unit form is thirds, and this is 1/3. Etc., etc., etc. We could go all the way, let's just skip all the way down to this last one. Total number of parts, 4. Total number of shaded parts, 1. These are fourths. And the fraction is 1/4. So this is kind of a trick. It says this figure is divided into 6 parts. Are they sixths? And explain your answer. Well, if we remember and we bring in our definition for a fraction, and our definition for a fraction requires that they be cut into equal parts. And we can see that, well, these are small and these are big and this is kind of medium, and so these are not equal parts. And which means these are not sixths, so these are not sixths. It is cut into 6 pieces, but it's not sixths because the requirement for a fraction is they have to be equal parts. And the last slide for this video, we're going to draw 2 identical rectangles. Oh my goodness, let's see if I can do that. Okay, so here's one rectangle. And I'm going to try and make this identical. It's pretty close. All right, there. Woohoo! All right, and now its first question says, shade 1/7 of one rectangle. Okay, so 1/7 means we've got to cut that rectangle into 7 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's pretty close. I did a pretty good job. And it says shade in 1/7. Okay, well, I'll shade in 1/7. All right, there's my 1/7. Now the next question says, next part says shade in 1/10. Oh my goodness. Now here's my little trick for tenths. We know that tenths is 2 times 5, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut it into 2 pieces, 2 equal pieces right there. And then we're going to cut each of those pieces into 5 pieces. So that'd be 5 over here, 5 over here, and that's how we're going to get our tenths. So let's see, how am I going to do this? Oh, let's do it in black. Okay, so 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty close. And shade in 1/10. So here's 1/10. All right. So then the question says, use your rectangles to explain why 1/7 is greater than 1/10. Well, you can see that 1/7 really is bigger than 1/10, because there's about 1/7, and then you can see that 1/10 is less than 1/7. Why is that? Why is that the case? So teachers, parents, give your students a chance to just think about it and let them understand about the relationship between the denominator and the size of the pieces that it ends up creating. And that wraps up Grade 3, Module 5, Lesson 5, talking about fractions.